think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't really know how you're gonna sit there and say that. We have not seen them play together in so long. I feel like if I was a player, I would just say shut up and just watch. Just shut up and watch. And I feel like that's what a lot of us need to do. We see what James Harden can do. We see what Russell Westbrook can do. People's talking about is whether are they better or worse now with Westbrook. I definitely see them being better. Come on now. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. I see Russell Westbrook being a stronger, faster, younger, of course, and a lot more unguardable than what Chris Paul is. But as far as coming and bringing that chemistry, like I said, we're going to have to see how that works out. So I can't just say, no, it's not going to work, or yes, it is going to work. We're just going to have to shut up and watch. So.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I feel like it can possibly work out. Not too sure if it will work out. I mean, you have to think about it. You have two previous MVPs of the NBA season, so obviously there's going to be some conflict with who's getting the ball, how many times somebody's going to get the ball, and if they're going to get enough touches. I mean, and James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, they're great players, but we know the behind them people have always mentioned that they care more about stats than winning, and obviously from what they've shown, that's the truth. Not saying that Harden's not a good player. I'm not saying Westbrook's not a good player, but we watched James Harden in that fourth quarter against the Warriors in the playoffs score 8 points. Well, actually, did even score 8 points? Had 4 points in 8 minutes. So I'm not too sure if James cares a whole lot about winning. I feel like he does to a certain extent, and the same with Westbrook. So it's going to be interesting to see these two actually play on the same team to see how far they feel like they can go and if they can make it work. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to probably have to match up against the Warriors. You're going to have to match up against the Clippers. You're going to have to match up against the Lakers. And you have these teams that are in the West that are really tough to
The
beat.
whole West.
The Portland
The
Trailblazers. You
whole
have
West.
Utah Jazz. You have a whole. You have teams that have players, and you also have teams that have chemistry already. Obviously, the Warriors are going to have to, get chemistry built with players and that they've just added to their squad, especially with D'Angelo Russell just being added. But I mean, the other teams are pretty much their same teams, other than the Clippers and the Lakers, who obviously have just tried to, add those powerhouses and kind of have added superstars to their squads. AD being added to the Lakers, and you got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I mean, obviously, it's going to be crazy in the West. But as you said, the East is still on a rebuilding process. Just like you said, Brooklyn, you have the Bucks, you got the Celtics. I mean, you still have teams, but as I said before, you never know. It may work. I'm not too sure though, because I said I've watched Russell Westbrook play the way he's played for a while, and I've seen him do things that were amazing, just the same as I've seen James Harden do amazing things. But to put two of those players together is just, I don't know, it's an odd pairing.